Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make babka. I actually remember them making this on the Great British Baking Show myself, so I'm pretty excited. This is the picture they've got for it, so it looks really good. I've got everything going. I've already got my hazelnuts blanched and ready to go. I'll show you how that went. Okay, we're going to blanch some hazelnuts. I've got some water boiling. I'm supposed to slowly add the baking soda. It's supposed to fizz up. Definitely fizzing. Okay, and then, add your hazelnuts and boil for 3 minutes. We're going to do it this way. And we'll see if that helps me get my hazelnuts all blanched. So after my hazelnuts were boiled for 3 minutes, now I just need to take them out and de-skim them. They seem to comes out right off with your finger. I don't know if you can see. So I'll just do that to all of these, and then we'll be ready to start making the babka. So I need to put the hazelnuts in the oven to roast for 4 to 5 minutes. So, okay, I'm going to get my hazelnuts out of the oven. They've been roasting. Okay, they're lightly golden. So now I'm just going to put them on a chopping board so they can cool. Alright, I'm going to let those cool for a little bit while I get my other stuff going so I can chop those later. Alright. So what I'm going to do is start measuring out my ingredients, because it does say to get our filling going. So I've got my scale out, and we are going to just measure everything right into our pot, because I got to melt some chocolate and butter and all of that. So I need, let's see, 100 grams of unsalted butter. Now this is 113 grams, a stick of butter. I guess it just depends on how specific you want to be. We'll just see how close I am to 100 grams. Okay, that was pretty close. That's 97 grams. There, 100. Okay, so we got our butter, and then we need sugar. So I did order some caster sugar because I was getting tired of using the coffee grinder to make sugar. So I have some of that now. I had to order it. You can't get it around here. Apparently it's a British thing. Who knew? Alright, I need 150 grams of sugar. I will say it's not very cheap to order caster sugar. If you have the patience to just grind down your granulated sugar, that's probably where to go. But I will be needing a lot of it, so I ordered some. Alright, and then the chocolate. So I needed 70% dark chocolate, which I had already used in a previous bake, and I stored it because I read somewhere you could, and it seems to be fine, and it's not been very long since I made my spritz cookies. Same chocolate. So I just need 80 grams of that. If you missed the spritz cookies, they were fun. You should go back and find them on my channel. Alright, 80 grams. There we go, spot on. Alright, and now we just need to melt very slowly over low heat. So we wouldn't want to burn the chocolate or anything. So I'm going to get that going, and then we'll have to let it cool before I do anything with it. But I'll let it start heating up a little bit. Okay, my chocolate is all smooth and it's combined. So I just need to remove it from the heat. And then I'm going to add my cocoa powder. Just needed 40 grams of cocoa powder. It smells really good, like really chocolatey. Just trying to get it all smooth. And then I'm going to need to let this cool so that I can add it to the dough when we're ready for that. So I'm going to give it just a few more stirs, and then we're going to add it to the dough when we're ready for that step, but it's got to cool first. Alright, I am ready to start making the dough itself. So we just need to start with our butter. I've got my dough hook on. Or not our butter, our flour. Always start with flour. Okay, so I'm going to just lift that up just a hair. I have 275 grams of flour, just regular all-purpose. And then we're going to add yeast to one side of the bowl and the sugar and salt to the other side. Now they do have fast-acting yeast in here, which is different from the stuff that you have to activate. So you don't have to activate this with the warm water. You just put it in the bowl. It actually doesn't want to be in contact with water. So that's why you can just add it straight to the flour here. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Alright, and then we need to make a well in the center. Okay. Making a well. Okay. Alright, so I've got my milk. Just 50 milliliters of milk there, and then my eggs, which I have said before, you need to have them at room temperature. There should be medium eggs as well for this recipe. And all recipes in this book, medium eggs at room temperature. Alright, so put my eggs right there. So 2 of those, and then we're going to mix on slow speed for 2 to 3 minutes until firm. It's definitely firm dough. It's not all incorporated. Some of it's still in the bottom. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more to see if it'll pick up that. But we still have to add the butter. So if it doesn't, I'll add the butter, and I'm sure it will. Okay, it's definitely incorporated that a little bit more. So it does say to add the butter while it's on medium speed, a little at a time. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so it did say to continue to beat it on medium until it was past the sticky stage and into a smooth, silky, shiny ball. Well, it definitely came together. So, all right, so it's smooth. So we are going to now put this on my lightly floured board. Let's push that out of the way so you can see it. And we're going to roll it out into a 40 by 30 centimeter rectangle. 30 centimeters is about a foot. So if we have 30 by 40 is about a foot by 10 centimeters more than that. 4 or 5 inches more than that. So 10 by 15. And I need the long edge closest to me, so that's good to know while I'm rolling. Some of these metric conversions can be kind of hard to think about in your head if you're not used to doing them. Looking really good. I don't know how square this should be. I'm hoping that it doesn't need to be too square. I'm not very good about putting these into a certain shape. Okay. So now we need to spread that cool chocolate mixture onto our babka. So this should be nice and cool. It looks super yummy. Leaving a 1 centimeter border. So that's not very much. I think it's like the width of your fingernail, you know, like across. So pretty close to the edge. It smells so good. That got a little close to the edge there. Okay. It's about as evenly spread as I can get it, I think. Pretty close to the edges. Smells really good. Looks really good. Wouldn't want to waste any delicious chocolate here. Okay. All right. Sprinkle the toasted hazelnuts over top. So these are all cool. I chopped them up. I did some fine and some coarse because that's what it wanted. I guess if you get a nice big chunk of hazelnut, that's good. I am not a huge fan of nuts in general. Just never really liked them. I'm not allergic to anything. I just don't care for them. So I'm hoping that these are good. I kind of picked this recipe because of the hazelnuts itself. Are hard to come by, and it's, you know, near Christmas time. So I thought, oh, hey, nuts are more available in the States around Christmas because, you know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. But yeah, I could only find the whole hazelnuts, and I did not like this process. If the hazelnuts don't add up to all my done, I might make this without the hazelnuts next time, because that's how much I did not like the hazelnut process. All right, starting with the long edge closest to you, roll up the dough into a tight spiral. Okay, seems easy enough, right? Once you get it going, it should be easier. Probably could have cut some of these nuts up a little bit finer, but that's all right. Into a tight spiral. All right. This isn't too bad. I'm going to have a little bit of chocolate seep off the side. Okay, with the seam underneath. Trim about 2 centimeters off the end to neaten. Okay, so the square part of it isn't too bad. Okay, trimming off that. Trimming off that. Perfect. And then turn the roll through 90 degrees clockwise so that the short end is closest to you. Okay, here we go. And using a sharp knife or pizza cutter, slice lengthways down the middle of the dough, cutting it into 2 long pieces. Okay. I did lay out a pizza cutter. Let's do the pizza cutter. It sounds a little easier. Okay. So now I've got 2 pieces with the cut size facing upwards. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it on its side. That looks really cool. All right, so there is my babka cut sideways. Okay, and then we need to gently press the top end of each half together to seal. Okay. And then lift the right half over the left half, followed by the left half over the right half. So I'm just going to twist it, just plait it basically. Okay. Followed by the left half. Repeat twisting the dough. Okay. I'm just twisting. That's easy enough. Oh, this smells so good. Seriously though. I wish you guys could smell it. Okay, and then we just need to gently press the bottom together to seal. Okay. Okay, and I carefully need to lift it into the lined tin and covered with a clean tea cloth. Now, someone did tell me why you would grease the baking pan. Thanks, Mom. Before putting the parchment paper on it. And it's basically just so the paper sticks, which makes sense. But I guess I just don't do it. I have to kind of squeeze it in. Doesn't exactly fit in the way, you know, a loaf of bread would. Okay. And I'll just trim that up a little bit, but I'm going to leave that to prove under a tea towel. It says for 2 hours because I don't have a proving drawer. I've heard some rumor that the drawer underneath the oven is a proving drawer, but I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to try it. So I'll see you in 2 hours. Okay, through the miracle of television, it's now been 2 hours, so our babka should be ready. The moment of truth. Look how good that looks. Okay, so I've already got the oven at 375. Place her in there for 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes, I'm going to turn it down to about 335 and let it cook for 30 minutes or so. and then we should have some fresh babka. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this syrup. I've got 100 grams of castor sugar in my pot because there wasn't enough sugar in the babka. And then I'm going to add 100 milliliters of water. We're just going to put that on medium and bring it to a boil. And we're going to stir the sugar until it dissolves in there, which being castor sugar, it shouldn't take too terribly long because it's pretty fine. And then we'll be on our way to making syrup. Okay, I've reduced the heat on my simple syrup because it is boiling. So I'm just going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes and then it should be done. So I'll let it cool after that, and then once the babka is out, we will pour it over top. Okay, my syrup is finished. It just needs to cool. I also just bumped the temperature down on my babka, so it is now at 335 and it's looking awesome. Okay, it's done. Let's get her out of the oven. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. That looks pretty amazing. So now what we need to do is actually we're just going to pour the syrup right on top. Or it says brush it on. I should probably use the instructions, and it says to brush the syrup on. Okay, I don't know if I feel the need to use all of the simple syrup. There's just a little bit left in there, but it looks good and it's well coated. And so now I'm just gonna let it cool. We'll put it on the rack there to let it cool a little bit faster, and then we'll try some. Okay, everybody, time to taste the babka. Doesn't that look good? Yes, it does. All right, I'm just gonna cut a little piece off of this. It smells delicious. Like, I wish we had some sort of smell-o-vision for you to smell this. But yeah, it looks good. Nice and moist. Very chocolatey. I mean, it's a chocolate babka. But it is very good. Sweet. But not like overly sweet. You know, we poured that sugar on top, basically. And it doesn't overpower it too much, so that's good. But yeah. I'm not so sure I like the hazelnuts in it. Again, I don't really like nuts. So, yeah. To each his own. That part I would probably not put in it next time I would make this, just because it was just too much work with those hazelnuts. But otherwise, this is delicious. I could totally see enjoying this with like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Yeah, very good. But that was my next bake. Join me next time when I try another recipe. But you gotta subscribe, otherwise you might not, figure out when I'm gonna bake next or what I'm gonna bake next. Bye.